Hey True Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. I want to do a video talking about the curiosities of Frank Gifford's death. He died less than 24 hours after the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. This is very curious because he was a Hall of Famer himself. He's considered a broadcasting legend, and supposedly he died in his sleep unexpectedly in such close proximity to this annual NFL event. Also, at this most recent Hall of Fame induction, the late Junior Seau was remembered, who died not too many years ago, supposedly from suicide. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how Frank Gifford and Junior Seau are connected. But first, what I need you to know if you're new here is that ever since Super Bowl 49 concluded, February 1st, 2015, I immediately put out the information to watch out for a 52 and 144 this year. There's 52 weeks in a calendar year. The word time in Jewish gematria sums to 144. Both of these numbers were heavily coded over Super Bowl 49, so I knew they were going to be of great importance. And this year they've been coded in all sorts of stories, which we've talked about. And they seem to point to the date of September 23rd, the day of Yom Kippur, and the day the Pope comes to visit. Yom Kippur has gematria of 144. Pope has gematria of 52. Let's just move on. Very quickly, though, I'll say with regards to the Pope, he's the first Jesuit Pope. He has a life number of 84. Jesuit has gematria of 84, just like United States of America and Pythagorean gematria. And notice that Frank Gifford has passed away at the age of 84, having 52 connections. Show you something real quick, Truth Seeker. The NFL calls itself America's game. America has Pythagorean gematria of 32. United States of America has Pythagorean gematria of 84. And with regards to the NFL, it has simple English gematria of 32. Also notice the Jewish gematria of 66. That's like the year of the first Super Bowl. The first Super Bowl was in the 47th season of the NFL, the 66th season. So Frank Gifford, he has some interesting name gematria. His birth name, Francis Newton Gifford, has gematria of 118, a number connected to death. It seems that so often when these celebrities die, their names and their life numbers are connected to death. Gifford, also a name with 47 gematria. Again, the 47th season was the first season with a Super Bowl. Notice that Gifford died on August 9th, the last day of the 32nd week of the year. It's also a date with 32 numerology. 8 plus 9 plus 15 is 32. And with a fuller method, 8 plus 9 plus 20 plus 15 is 52. So this date has 32 and 52 connections. With regards to 52, Frank Gifford was drafted in the 52 season, 11th overall, and he was also born in California, which has Pythagorean gematria of 52. Let me show you real quick. California will be hosting the upcoming Super Bowl. Gifford's played for 12 years, very significant number. Last year's Super Bowl had a lot of 12 connections. 12 times 12 is 144. Notice that his wife made her tweet at 1:44 p.m., but I'm wondering if she even really tweeted this because the writing looks like something of a teenager. Maybe she writes this way. Deeply grateful to all for your outpouring of grace. We are steadfast in our faith and finding comfort in knowing where Frank is. Philippians 4:13. 13 has a numerology of 4, so this is a lot like 4-4, the kill number. What's interesting about Kathy Lee and Frank Gifford is they have the same birthday. They're both born August 16th. She's born in 53, currently 61 years old. He's born in 30. 23-year age gap. Say Frank Gifford was 6'1". So, very interesting that these numbers show up yet again. Also, August 9th, Truth Seeker, is the day that leaves 144 days remaining in the year. This was Whitney Houston's birthday. After Whitney Houston died, several articles were put out. You can search for them right now. They'll come up. Her record sales were up 144% after her death. Her daughter more recently died 144 days after turning 22, And also she was found drowned in a bathtub the night before the Super Bowl, where I made this prediction with 52 and 144. She was found drowned in the bathtub like her mother. Just showing how all this stuff syncs up, all by the numbers, all very repetitive. And now we find the numbers associated with Bobby Christina Brown's death and Whitney's death here in the Frank Gifford death. And they're all synced up as well through Super Bowl 49. Hopefully I explained that clearly enough. So, get to where I want to be. Frank Gifford has some interesting life and death numbers. In his life numbers, I see numbers that connect to Obama, especially 54. Obama just turned 54 on August 4th. Obama in Jewish gematria equals 84. Obama also has multiple connections to the numbers 73 and 37. As I've said before in many of these videos, I think they're all forecasting whatever the big event is that's coming. And that big event might very well be the assassination of the 44th president. All these stories leading up to it, it's kind of like watching a boxing match, you know? There's all these sub-events leading up to the main event. We're still approaching the main event. Frank Gifford, his death, you could see it as a breadcrumb on the trail. Notice the date he died again has this numerology of 52, number in much focus. Fellow truth seeker pointed out that the name Gifford in Jewish gematria sums to 162. The N sums to 162 in Jewish gematria. 84th sums to 162 in simple English gematria. This is interesting because he played for the Giants his whole career, and the Giants have been in major focus in Major League Baseball, which has connections to 162. And last year I was showing up how the numerology going on in baseball was syncing up with football. So right here, very possibly the same thing. 162 game season in Major League Baseball has gematria of 162. The acronym in English gematria also sums to 162. All these leagues coded. Baseball itself has gematria of 54. And we just showed how his life number has to do with 54, just like Obama's current age. I have a video predicting that the World Series this year might very well be Yankees-Giants. Please check that out if you haven't seen it already. But somehow all these death details are connecting to a larger puzzle. If you're new here, this probably sounds like lunacy, sheer craziness. I understand that. But if you watch more of my videos and see what's going on, you'll see that I'm not mistaken. Let's talk about death of Junior Seau and the number 52. Remember, Junior Seau was recognized in this Hall of Fame induction 24 hours before Frank Gifford found dead. Junior Seau died on May 2nd, 5-2. Name gematria of 52. Just like the word heart. It's a surprise he didn't wear the number 52, but he did play for the Chargers, who have 52 name gematria, and he played for the Dolphins as well with the 52 name gematria. He also played briefly with the Patriots, who are very much connected to Super Bowl 49 as well. Remember, out of this last year's Super Bowl, I said watch for 52 and 144. Junior Seau. I have a video on Junior Seau if you want to check it out. There's more than what I just gave you, but I just wanted to show you how this number 52 comes through and through. And supposedly he committed suicide on May 2nd. What I theorize is that he was either murdered on this day or faked his death according to the numbers. The other thing I'll say, Truth Seeker, is I don't know for a fact that any of these people even really die. It's possible they all faked their deaths just to get out of the limelight. You know, Frank Gifford still shows up on TV sometimes. Maybe this is just so we don't have to see Frank Gifford again on TV. Or perhaps he really was sacrificed. This I do not know. But what I do know is all these deaths are happening by the numbers. It all syncs up. It's all part of a perfect web, which I am trying to expose more clearly by the day. All right, Truth Seeker, hope you learned something new. Should we have a Yankees-Giants World Series? Remember this death of Frank Gifford. All right, until next time.